Are you tired of putting all of your money in the bank and feeling like it's going down the toilet? Instead, you can bank with me, Avery Heilbron, and get a wallet as thick as mine. Avery Heilbron, what's in my wallet? To be honest, I don't actually carry a wallet. You guys saw how big it was down there, but I only carry my most important cards in the back of my phone. And I have a 3-card phone holder, which is great for keeping my most important cards, just like my Costco membership card. That would be one of the most important cards you can carry, so you can save a lot of money, buy a bunch of toilet paper and big things of olive oil so you don't have to think about it. Buying in bulk is definitely the best. And if you want to hear a lot more great tips like that, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, tap that notification bell, and you won't miss out on any great tips for investing in real estate and things you can do with your money in order to build your wealth. And if you want to hang out with me even more, check out that Patreon. As I mentioned, I really don't like spending that money, but when I do, I make sure that I am spending so that I can get some type of reward. I don't like paying for stuff with cash or with a debit card because I get nothing in return. Paying with credit cards is awesome because you have a lot of fraud protection, as well as you get travel rewards, sign-up bonuses, other types of credits, and you can get cash back. So it makes a lot more sense to pay with a credit card. And I'm no credit card guru. I have a 750 score, and I didn't really work that hard to get that. I just made sure that I paid on time and in full, and really nothing else. And that's really what you're going to want to do. And I've not tried to get that much higher of a credit score because that 750 cutoff range is what's going to get you the best interest rates for that property loan. And that's really all that I care about. So I'm just going to go through all of the cards that I have in my wallet and the order that I got them. And some of them really aren't that cool. And lately I've gotten a lot more into travel hacking and hanging out in that lounge. So some of my more recent cards are definitely a lot better. So when I was actually back using this fat chunky wallet, I had this nice Discover card. And it was the very first card that I ever picked up because you don't need a prior credit score in order to get approved for that Discover card. One of the best things of advice that I have for people who are starting to build their wealth, and maybe they're in college or just have gotten out of college, you're going to need a credit score, and getting that Discover card will be the best credit card that you can get because you don't really need any prior history. So I was able to get that, and it offers some great benefits for people who are just starting getting into credit cards. So you get accepted, and then there's a 5% cashback for various rotating categories that change every 3 months, whether it's on groceries, Amazon, or some other things like that. And then at the end of your first year, you get a 100% cashback match. And I believe after this time period, I was able to get around $400 back in cash back. So I did pretty well with that first year. Nothing super special about this card. It has no annual fee, but it's a great card to get started with and one that I've hung on to because it was the first card that I ever got. After I got that first card, it was right after I finished school and I was still in the process of looking for a property, but you need at least 6 months of credit history before you can actually get a credit score and be pre-approved for a loan. So I was in that period, and while I was in that period, the loan officer had said that I should get at least 3 accounts to show that there's some depth and some ability of me to pay back credit. So that's exactly what I did, and these next 2 cards I pretty much could just throw away. Although I probably shouldn't do that, but that first card would be the Capital One Platinum card, and this card is pretty much pure trash. I don't really know what it does for me, and the only reason that I got it, like I said, was so that I could have another account. And right now it only has a $500 limit, and the reason that I got it is because I went on Credit Karma and then looked at cards that I was likely to be approved for and then applied for it, and I was accepted, and that's pretty much the end of that. And pretty much right now, every single year, I will just buy one small item on it, like a pack of gum or whatever. Doesn't really matter. I don't know anything about that card. I don't really care about it. The other card would be my American Express Blue Everyday Cash card, and this one was at least a little bit better than that one. It's clear, it's fun, I don't know, whatever you want to call it. So I enjoy this one a little bit more because after the first $1,000 that I spent within, I think it was a month or 3 months, I got a $150 credit card statement. So I was able to take me out for a really fancy dinner of some pizza and beer. So it made me feel like a real high roller. So I enjoyed this card for that reason, but it's similar to my second card, that Capital One card, where I really don't use it for anything. It's kind of a once a year purchase so that I can keep it. so that I still have that depth of accounts, that length of time, so that it helps my credit score. Really don't use it for much else. So when I was actually going through the process of writing a script for this video, I had to research my cards a little bit more, because I'm not someone who thinks about which category I'm spending on and making sure I'm bringing the correct card. I kind of just have one that I'm rotating through, or make sure that I use the other ones so they don't fall off the chart, or I'm using the one that I'm trying to get a bonus with. But this one actually is pretty good, and right now that $150 that I was able to get is now $300 after $1,000 of spend. So that's really not bad. That is a 30% return on your money. So it's probably a good card to pick up. It has no annual fee. You can get 3% on groceries, 2% on gas, and then 1% on everything else. So it has pretty decent cash back, and it's really not a bad little card. Whew. All right, now we get to that fun stuff, that travel hacking, those points, the things that actually help you with credit cards if you're using them wisely and you're paying on time and in full, that allow you to do those things like travel in first class, get a bunch of benefits, go do things that you want to do with your time, and then not with really any of your money, with the credit card company's money and point system. So that first card would be my Chase Sapphire Preferred. And by first card, I meant first real card that actually held a lot of value for me. And right now, it has a 100,000 point sign-up bonus. And if you want to support the channel, I get a 20,000 point referral bonus. So if you want to sign up for this one, check it out in the description below. Would absolutely love if you did that, because you absolutely love me, so appreciate that. But it's a really good card. Like I said, 100,000 sign-up bonus right now. When I got it, it was only 60,000 points, so still not a bad sign-up bonus, but definitely not as good as it is today. And then it has a $95 annual fee. So it's a lower to mid-range annual fee, and it has a bunch of other good benefits and some new credits that came out, but I'm not a credit card guru, so I'm not going to go into a ton of that. It doesn't have much more benefits, to be honest, other than that sign-up bonus that I got. So it's a good starter card for travel hacking, in my opinion, because I get that sign-up bonus. I've also got a ton of referrals for it. I actually just used this card when I was going to visit my family. I was able to take a business class flight from Raleigh through LA, staying in that lounge, and then going up to Vancouver. And it made the trip a lot more enjoyable. So this card earns you 2% on dining and travel and 1% on everything else. And that 2% is in cash back. It's Chase Ultimate Reward Points, and those points can be used for things like cashback and whatever else. But the best thing that you can use them for is for travel reward points, and then you can get a ton of value for those points you have. At face value, it's about $1,000, maybe $1,250 for that 100,000 point sign-up bonus, but it's a whole heck of a lot more if you do it in a lot better way, and then you can transfer those points and get some free first class flights all around the world. So after I got that card, I wasn't really thinking too much about credit cards, and it was a few months before I went on a trip to Patagonia with my dad. We got to hike in the mountains, which was super cool, and before the whole thing of coronavirus and COVID happened, and that's kind of when I stopped looking at credit cards and didn't really care about them as much, because I didn't really know what I was going to be using them for. Again, not a credit card guru. I was totally focused on making sure that I could make stupid jokes for my YouTube videos and I could buy more property. But that next card that I got, and this wasn't until a few months ago, so a year and a half after I got that Chase Sapphire Preferred, would be my Barclays AA Advantage card. And I really like this card because I used it once and that was it. So it has a $99 annual fee, and if you buy anything, literally anything, like a subscription to my Patreon account, then you will get 60,000 American airline points basically for free. Well, $99, plus you have to hang out with me a little bit more. So it's a really good card just for that. I honestly have no idea what its cashback properties are or anything that it does, but it got me those 60,000 American airline points, and I'll probably use that to travel a little bit in style somewhere this upcoming year, or whatever it is, with all of those American airline points. Now you might be thinking, I'm kind of just getting a lot of cards and playing a little close to the edge here, but I'm not, and I'm going to be closing these cards after a year of use. So I have that $99 fee today, and I don't have to pay it again in year 2 because I plan on closing the card or calling for a redemption offer because they want me to stay. Maybe they'll say if you spend $1,000 in the first 3 months, we'll give you another 20,000 American airline points. You never know, you gotta call, you gotta ask. So after that year, I can close that card and it won't hurt my credit. One thing that I learned recently from one of my good friends, John, who also has a great YouTube channel all about travel hacking and where I learn a lot of my credit card travel hacks from, is that if you close that card, it still stays on your credit report and ages for 10 years. So it won't hurt you to close that account. My next card, and probably the most sexy card that I have, would be that Amex Platinum. Let's listen to this card. Damn, that is some heavy metal. And I don't mean the type that you listen to. I mean the kind of heavy metal that you show off to your friends because you want to seem like you have a really big wallet. And that is exactly why I got the card, so I could flex on everybody. Not really. I got the card because I was doing a bunch of renovations in my new property, purchasing appliances and other materials, so I wanted to make sure that when I was purchasing that stuff, I got something in return. And I wanted to make sure when I was going to the gym at Equinox, instead of spending thousands of dollars a year, I got $300 off. And when I was going to Saks Fifth Avenue to buy all the clothes that I normally do, I wanted to make sure that I got $100 back. So that's why I got the card. So with this card, right now comes a $695 annual fee, and you're thinking, whoo, that is steep. And yes, it is. And when I got the card, it was a $550 annual fee, but you got those 100,000 points of sign-up bonus through the American Express portal, which are worth more than that. So that's pretty much why I got the card, so I could get those 100,000 point sign-up bonuses, and I can use the $10 Uber credit a month. Not that I really Uber anywhere, but I'm trying to use it just because I have it and these other things like that. So it's not a super valuable card for me other than those 100,000 points. There's some cash back and things like that. And I was able to use the lounge. So as I mentioned, I just traveled from Raleigh through LA to Vancouver. And because that is not a very demanding flight path, there was a long layover time. I actually had a 9-hour layover coming home. So I was able to hang out in that lounge, get that free food. They were offering a bunch of alcohol, but personally I'm not someone who's drinking in the airport at 9 a.m., so said no to that. But it was a much better place to hang out, so I was really happy for the Amex Platinum, mainly just for that. To me, that was worth a lot of money, and the annual fee made a lot of sense there. Plus, I have all of that 100,000 points that I can use elsewhere. So this is another card that I'll probably close after year one, unless I call again and get some type of bonus or redemption offer. But it's something that I don't want to pay another annual fee for, because in year two, owning that card probably won't make any more sense because I'm not going to be getting another sign-up bonus. So the last card and the most recent one that I got was my Chase Inc. Sapphire Preferred card. And that means, baby, that I run a business. And that business would be personal coaching and doing YouTube. And if you want to sign up for personal coaching, go ahead, check out my website. It's always been there in the description, there for you, ready to hang out with me. And this one is really good because I can also use it for my rental property business, and it has a really steep amount that you have to buy in order to get that 100,000 point sign-up bonus, which is $15,000. And I could never spend $15,000 on my personal expenses, but my business expenses can get me there somewhat fast within that 3 to 4 month period. So I have upcoming at my duplex a boiler and water heater replacement for both of the units. So that is actually a pretty much exact $15,000 cost. So when I'm spending that $15,000 and my plumber accepts credit card, then I'm going to at least get that 100,000 point sign-up bonus. So that $15,000 will hurt a little bit less. This card is also great because you can get 3% back on all business-related expenses. So my internet, any utilities, if I'm paying to keep up my WordPress website, anything like that, and then 1% on everything else, as well as the fact that when I purchase with it, it'll be a lot easier to do my taxes at the end of the year for everything business related, because it'll just be those things on that specific card. So it's really helpful for me to have that business card, plus I get all those 100,000 super valuable Chase points. So that's it. That's all 7 of the cards I have. And like I said, I'm not some type of credit card guru. I'm not doing a bunch of math, computing, figuring out which card that I should bring where and what I should pay with. I pretty much just carry one standard card until I have that sign-up bonus, and then hold on to one that fits well in my 3-carry card holder that doesn't interfere with my Costco card. So that's really what I'm doing, getting the sign-up bonuses and then not stressing too much about which card I'm actually using. And I do have a debit card, but I rarely ever use that because it doesn't do anything for me. As well as I have some drug money, birthday money that my grandparents have given me. And sometimes I'll use that if it's a cash only place. So it's important to have cash sometimes, but more often than not, I will always be spending with credit cards. I hope you guys enjoyed that deep dive into my dusty, thick wallet and got a good sense of what credit cards that I use to actually purchase things. And I want to hear from you guys in the comments below. What cards do you have right now and what cards are you hoping to get? Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe if you found this video valuable, or share it with your friends if you found it really valuable. It would really mean the world to me and help me out for that YouTube algorithm. Thanks again for watching, and hope to see you guys next time.